I always come to Chamonix because it's a place that everybody that loves mountains. The sunsets over there are amazing. Being in these mountains, I think it's a lifetime experience. It's not only about hiking and pushing our limits, it's also about sharing our experiences most of the time. While a one trip, I feel like I'm at home when I'm with only women. We support each other in a way that it gets easier. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Marta. I'm international qualified mountain leader, trekking guide, based in Chamonix, France. As you can see from my accent, you can notice that I'm not French, neither English. I'm from Spain, and I laugh a little bit because I know most of the people think when they think in Spain, they think about sun, beaches, party, good weather. But actually in Spain, in the northern part, I'm from the Pyrenees. We have very nice mountain massifs, and I've been all my life surrounded by mountains. Because of that, I start traveling in a very early age to do hikes, to do alpinism. I've been traveling around the 4 continents. In between trips, I always come to Chamonix because it's not that far from Spain, and also because it's a place that everybody that loves mountains wants to be. Since 2015, I moved permanently here, basically because I have 2 kids, and it's a family that you cannot move around all the time. So we ended up here, and I'm really happy for that choice that we made because I still enjoy a lot this area. One of my favorite things about guiding in this place is rediscovering the area with the eyes of the people I share my hikes with. It's really a blessing that I can, share my knowledge with all kinds of people and also get a vibe of knowledge from them. It's really motivates me. I've been guiding for a company called Nuyama for several years, and I'm really happy to do it. Let's talk about what we are going to cover. I want to give you some idea of where Chamonix is based for those who haven't been here before. We will talk for sure about all the hiking opportunities around this massif. And because this program allows you to have some free time, we will also talk about things besides hiking. I will try to go through all the days of our program. We are going to start with a short video to get a little bit in the mood.
She's a dame that likes to make money fast. Only got time for dough and no laughs. All the boys swoon, they want more. Little do they know she's a certified whore. No time for love, no time for wine. Give me a cigarette, now ain't that nice. Can't stick around for too long. Cops on my trail, gotta hurry home. No time for love, no time for wine. Give me a cigarette, now ain't that nice. Can't stick around for too long. Cops on my trail, gotta hurry home. Cops on my trail, gotta hurry home. Get her in bed, you best not fall asleep. You might wake up with pockets not so deep.
Well, on that video, I realized there is a lot of cloudy days. But here in Chamonix, we have very good weather. Most there is cloudy days and we get a different ambience. But we will see these kind of mountains all the time. This is the Mont Blanc Massif. I think everybody knows Chamonix because of these kind of mountains. This is the youngest massif on the Alps, and is the roof of Western Europe. That's why many people come here to climbing, alpinism, or to see and get the experience of high altitude mountains. As you can see, and because it's the youngest massif in Europe, the needles and the shape of these mountains completely different from other massifs. We can find these kind of mountains in many places in the world. We cannot find it, and that's why it's so famous, Chamonix, to have this just by the town. You can see from any restaurant, any terrace, just hanging around the town, all the needles of Chamonix. So Chamonix in Central East France, and it's very, very close to the Italian border and the Swiss border. Actually, it's 30-minute drive from Maggier in Italy, going through the tunnel of Mont Blanc, and 1 hour by car from Geneva International Airport. So that means that it's a very well connected, and actually it's because of that increased the tourism, because many people come just to spend the day, to use the cable cars, to go to the Aiguille du Midi, and it's for the good and for the bad. We have a lot of tourists. It's also 2 hours from Zermatt and 3 hours from Milan. So like this, you can have an idea of where it is. I choose this image because I think it's a very good way to see how this town is so special. So the town itself is in the bottom of the valley where you see the greener part. There is Chamonix, and all the valley is surrounded by 16 small villages or hamlets, and Chamonix is more or less in the middle. On the left side, you can see the Mont Blanc Massif. The Mont Blanc is 4,805 meters. Before, it used to be 4,810. It depends. Each 5 years, they measure the altitude of Mont Blanc because it changes depending on how much snow has been that winter. So the last measure was last year, and it's 4,805 meters. You can see that there is some hanging glaciers that right now they don't go all the way to Chamonix. It's been changing the last 50, 30 years. And on the other side of the valley, we find the natural reserve of the Gil Bush, which is another super special terrain that we will discover on this program. In summer, it's super nice. We get sun all over the valley. But in winter, the bottom line, the bottom part of the valley, Chamonix itself, it doesn't get a lot of sun in the morning. So mostly it arrives at 12. And that means that it's quite a long time in the shadow. So on the other side, in Italy, you get the sun early in the morning, but it's shadow in the afternoon, evening. And in our side, in Chamonix, it's the shadow in the morning and sunny in the afternoon. I think it's a good thing that some people might think it's a problem not to have sun during the day in the town. But some people, like me, we take advantage of this problem and we try to go to the mountain earlier to go skiing, hiking, shooting, ski touring. So you can always get something good. I want to show you how different it can be. Chamonix, this is in winter, obviously, but the valley is still white and normally we get a lot of snow. Well, Chamonix, it has 5 small ski resorts that are not joined together because of the steeper areas. There is a lot of couloirs that cannot be connected with chairlift or anything because it's quite dangerous. But at the end, if you add all of them, they make a quite big ski resort. Maybe it's not so well known as a family ski resort because it's quite difficult, and the green slopes, for example, green Chamonix style. So the same for the reds and the blues. So it's more for people that have advances. We also have a lot of ski touring, cross-country ski, snowshoeing in winter. This is really, really nice. It's the same picture here, but in summer. What do you see here? You can see we still have snow. In summer, the activities we can do, they multiply because, we can go through all the hiking trails and also the biking. The weather is much warmer. Well, it's true that you feel like being outside longer time. So from paragliding, golf, you can do a lot of via ferrata, rock climbing, anything, swimming as well, many things. You cannot get bored. And concerning about our program, I would say that Chamonix is a hiking paradise. I mean, I've been here living for 9 years and I still haven't hiked all over. So I think I will need at least 10 years more to hike all the trails that we can find. It's a very special place because there is a trail network that more than 350 kilometers maintained by the town council. It's from beginners to more advanced to very, very steep trails. Sometimes can be a bit overwhelming because you don't know how to start. So many options, so many nice things to see. But for that, you can find books, you can get informed in the tourist office, but also we recommend to get a guide at least for some time because like this, you will get to know the area. All of you have heard about the Tour de Mont Blanc. It's a trek that makes a loop through all the massive of Mont Blanc. That means that we walk through 3 different countries because we start in France, we go through Italy and then to Switzerland and back to France. It's 170 kilometers that most of the people take between 7 and 12 days, depending on how many kilometers you want to do per day. And some of the people do it in running because they are training for the ultra trail in Mont Blanc. This is very common to walk around these places and see people training. It's a program. We have chosen 3 hikes that are some of the highlights of Mont Blanc. Like this, you can get an idea and maybe to do it in the future. Because it's a quite demanding trek. It's like more than 10,000 meter ascent. So you go up and down all the time, and it's quite demanding for your knees, and you have to be trained to really enjoy it. This is some of the views that we can see on the Tour de Mont Blanc while doing it. And this is the north side of the Mont Blanc, the face we see from Chamonix, actually. On the right, we have the Mont Blanc summit, which is the most snow. And then if we go a little bit on the left, we find Chamonix Needles. And on the very left side is the River. That is also a very famous 4,000 meters. Some other views that we can see in Tour de Mont Blanc and also in some of our hikes will be lakes like this one, with crystal clear water, and huts or refuge, how we call it here. This is an Italian one, but there is plenty of huts all over the Massif. So you can do hikes of 2, 3 days, 4 days. Our program is also very special because we don't have to sleep in refuge. So that means it's all about enjoying the mountain, but also all about the comfort of the town. And well, that's the question that I always think when I'm doing a woman trip. Why a woman trip? Why not? Well, if I'm sincere, I like to guide and hike with all kinds of groups. I enjoy any kind of group that, want to discover the mountains. And also, I work a lot with kids and teenagers and older people. But I don't know why I get the feeling when I finish Only Women program is that I always have fun and I always find to have so many nice adventures. I think the connection and the dynamic of the group normally comes in an easy way. And also, I think it's not only about hiking and pushing our limits while doing it, it's also about sharing our experiences most of the time. I work with international groups, so we share many things about our background and all the walks. We talk and we end up in the summit or in the lake or whatever is our trip that day. And we don't realize that we've been walking that much because we are talking, we are sharing experiences, even just little things like, these shoes, I think this, because I have a narrow feet, we share anything. I feel like I'm at home when I'm with Only Women. So that's one of the ideas that I have. We support each other in a way that it gets easier. We have fun. We inspire each other to be better. Here I'm going to start to talk about the day-by-day program. With Nuyama, we have been trying to adjust the Tour de Mont Blanc highlights and also to get different landscapes and to do a day on the glacier and also some visiting for the cable cars. We will cover more or less between 8 and 12 kilometers per day. And then it's also between 600 meters and 1,000 meters, which means that we will be walking between 5 to 7 hours each day. We'll see how we walk all together in a group, and we will also make any changes of the program if you wish, or depending also on the weather. And we will adapt to anything, but we will do it together. So the first day, you will arrive to Chamonix. You will come from the airport of Geneva. You will have some time in the hotel to relax, to prepare yourself for the welcoming dinner. We will have all together with it. In that dinner, we can share a little bit of backgrounds, and also if you have any doubt concerning the equipment or anything, I will help you. Day number 2, we will be walking, we will warm up on this small, not too high summit that is 2,200 meters high, and the northern part of the valley. And We will start with a zigzag through a super nice forest until we get a little bit higher. We will change a little bit the landscape. Maybe we will get lucky to see some animals. Sometimes we see it a lot in springtime, but in summer, because the tracks are crowded and also it gets too warm during the day, they prefer to go on the night. But going all through this mountain, we will pass rhododendron fields that you can see. We will enjoy all the way up to the summit. This is not the summit. This is just some of the views that we will see from half of the way and from the summit. So we will see on the picture, we see the glacier of the Tour. And this is on the northern side of the valley. The Chamonix is the last glacier that we have on this valley. And it's a very popular area for guides and clients that are learning the basics of alpinism to get maybe to do something bigger in the future. But it's a very special place because it has a hut just before the glacier in the moraine. Beautiful. The sunsets over there are amazing. And yeah, I've been doing some alpinism over there with my husband and my kids as well. Really, really nice area. In the middle, there is a dam. This is the view that we have on our back from the summit of the Aiguille du Midi. And this is the place where we will be hiking in the future days. From the summit, we will get mostly this view. You see the Mont Blanc massif at the end. But on the back side, we will see the dam. And on the left side, we will see the glacier. So it will be like a 360 view to introduce us to this magnificent valley. Day 3, we are going to Italy. It means good coffee. I think we will stop to get a coffee maybe in the Refuge Bonatti. But first, we will have to walk until it. So this is one of the highlights of the Tour de Mont. It's a balcony panoramic hike with the view of the Mont Blanc massif, but in another perspective. The Mont Blanc, it's still covered with snow. We see it, but the Italian side, this massif is much more rocky and it changes the scenario. It's very dramatic as well. It's one of the nicest part of the Tour de Mont Blanc. We will hear many different language because it's probably be a little bit more crowded, but it's such a nice place that is worth it. The views, the forest, in this part of the Alps, we have a lot of large forests. What many people think is pines or like Christmas trees, but no, actually it's different kind, the same family of trees, but different. We will explain and talk about flowers, animal of this area, and whatever you like. 4 days. We'll take a little bit of a rest. We are going to hike today, but we are going to hike in a glacier. It will be less time than the days before because we are going to be helped by this train. This is the train of mountain bears that take us to the Mer de Glace or Sea of Ice. It's a train that was opened for the first time in 1908. And before of that, it was this very popular and touristic place for people going up, either walking or with mules. The Sea of Ice has changed through the time. And now what we could see, this is from maybe the 19th century. The people used to, as you can see, they used to go and just walk around the glacier with different equipment that we are now used to, but they still do it. Now the landscape has changed, but still we can do a lot of things, and it's changing. The vegetation is also growing more. So it's not only bad things that the glaciers have disappeared. We are getting new views and new challenges in the mountains. And we are going to go with a guide this day to walk into the glacier with the help of using the crampons and ice packs. We will get the bicycles. I don't know if any of you have used it before, but in any case, being in these mountains, I think it's a lifetime experience before all this landscape changes, because it's going to change with the years. So we will be likely to be there. Day 5. I hope some of you have heard about Aiguille du Midi. Through all the week here in Chamonix, we will look up and see this cable car that takes people and alpinists to this. And today will be 4 days. I think it's a super nice experience. As I said before, there is people that come just to Chamonix maybe for 1 day or for 2 days just to go up. Aiguille du Midi is a cable car that first started running in 1950 in made a revolutionary change in the alpinist world because we can get to these high mountains in a 20-minute ride. And it makes the alpinist has developed in a very different ways as it did before. And also it's the second attraction in France and most visited. That means that I think it's the Eiffel Tower, and after is the so it's really, really popular. We will see that there is a lot of people who will be mixed with alpinists. The people are climbing around and with all the gear, and then there will be us that just go to complete different massifs that we can see up there and to get the experience of being in this high altitude. We will have on mind that in this 20-minute ride, we take two cable cars because it's just one big cable car that is cut into parts. So we will go from 1,030 meters, that is in Chamonix, up to 3,842 meters. We will have to take care of our breathing, see how our body works in altitude, but it's super nice experience that we will share together, and we will cover all the areas. There is different balconies from different crowns of the needle. And then we might see people like this in this video, just finishing climbing some of the, you see the reds, the ridges that are very close to the cable car. It's just an amazing place. You see the glacier hanging over there all the way to Chamonix, not all the way, halfway, but it's amazing. It's just breathtaking. And we will experience day 6. We will put our shoes again, hiking shoes, and we are now going to Switzerland. The Mont Blanc is on the northern part as well, going to Switzerland, but not direction to Geneva. It's the contrary opposite direction, and it's an amazing place. The landscape is completely different from the other days. We will walk up above from this dam, which is a very famous dam in Switzerland and also in France. It's half French, half Swiss, and it's an electrical dam that makes a lot of electricity. The height will go all the way to this place that we see on the photo. And I don't know if you see it correctly, but these are dinosaur footprints. This well is discovered not too long ago. Actually, it was in 1980 something. That a guy, because it's a not very well-known area, but now it's a little bit more famous than before. But this person found them, and before nobody had found it before. So it is quite interesting. It's not big dinosaurs; it's the smaller ones, the ones that used to fly, but these footprints are from maybe 250 minutes. As you can see, the landscape is a little bit different from the other days. This is another massif. It's really amazing. We get an idea or a sensation that we are walking in Iceland or Scotland. It's beautiful. This is one of the lakes from the dam. You can see the water. The color comes from the snow that covers all the lake. This video, you can get an idea of how our hike will be. I didn't say, but most of the hikes we will do, it's going to be like in a loop. Like this, we get different landscapes and different perspectives. Every path we take is in a new place. Only in this one, maybe we get halfway down, we get again into the dam train. That day, we will cover 11 kilometers. It's not a difficult hike. It's super beautiful. You can see the soil over there is sinking, and there is where we find the dinosaur, the way down through this gorge that is so beautiful. Many people come here to climb, but it's a little bit farther than the Chamonix Valley, than the Chamonix Land Massif, so it's not that famous. So I think it's a super nice choice. And day 7, our last hike, we couldn't finish with a better, I think, hike. And today we are going to go to the famous Lac Blanc, the White Lake. I guess some of you have heard about, or some of you have received a postcard of this magnificent place. We are going to help ourselves with a cable car that day, a gondola in the ski resort of Lac Blanc, and we will hike for maybe 2 hours and a half up to the lake. As you can see from here, we will have all the views in front of us. We will have the Mont Blanc Massif. Here on the left side, you can see the Mont Blanc, it's another 4,000. And one of the walls that has a little bit on its right is the Dru. The Dru is another famous mountain that we associate that we go up to Mountain Bears. An amazing as well. This lake is a glacier, and it's also surrounded by other different lakes. I say that because it's so beautiful, but we will try to find a less crowded place to have a picnic down. Probably we'd be on the Chestnut Lake, but we will enjoy all the way, and we will do also a loop. Get ready your camera or your phones because it's just amazing. And then or free time, have some free time in the evenings, for sure, to indulge yourself either on dinings or spa wellness. You can also go to the local markets. Try to go to all the bakeries around because we have very good food here. And if you get some ideas or if you get lost of what to do or something, you can ask me. Okay, that last part about equipment. I guess most of you have already walked in the mountains. You know more or less what you like, what you don't like. But I just give you an idea about the weather in Chamonix. The weather in summer can be a little bit tricky. We can have very warm days and also very cold. It gets cloudy or rainy. Usually we will get the layers. We are going to talk about the base layer, either t-shirt or long sleeve, that can get a little bit dry because we will probably sweat a little bit. Then a mid layer, some insulation in case it gets colder. For example, early in the morning, we can get a little bit cold, so it's good to have an insulation. And for sure, in case it rains or in case it gets a little bit windy, waterproof and windproof layer. A hat, sunglasses, the safe for the pants, short and long, very comfy. And good hiking shoes or boots. It depends how your ankles are. If you have a stronger ankles, you can go work on hiking shoes. Hiking socks as well, very important. And please don't forget your sunscreen. And for sure, all your personal things, water. We will try to cover that on a 20-30 liter backpack, no more, because we are gonna do big hikes, of course. Some space for the picnic, and maybe we can share some cheese or some local food. I'm here to welcome all of you and to discover this incredible place